Blessings and salutations, wonderful Taurus and the cross watchers who love you. I'm Sunny, the Urban Tarot, and it's a general collective read. It may not resonate to all of you, but I thank you for your view. I appreciate if it happens to be a message that you collectively connect to, that you like the video, comment below. Please subscribe if you haven't, because I appreciate you kindly if you do so. I appreciate you anyway just for giving me a view on my new channel. It's appreciate all the love it can. Okay? Thank you. Alright, let's do a prayer. Or at least let me pray before we start the read. Okay. Dear God, thank you for your mercy, blessings, protection, forgiveness, abundance, and direction. Through your grace, our angel ancestors and spirit guides, please allow me to see with clarity for the highest good of our wonderful Taurus. Amen. Ooh, amen, excuse me. It's, wee hours, but it's pretty quiet. Hood NYC, which is surprising to me, maybe because there's no Wi-Fi in my area. So we're going to see what we have for you, Taurus. August 8th to the 14th, 2022. Second week of August for the highest good of our wonderful, beautiful Taurus. Yes, it's delayed. The 8th already came and went, but you will know from this throne energy if it's going to be a read for you or close to what you're going through for this week. So it's an advantage and I guess a disadvantage. Depends on your perception. I'm a half full type of person. Alright, let's see for Taurus, please. Let's see what we have for Taurus. Let's see for Taurus, please. August 8th to August 14th. Second week of August 2022. Highest good. Oopsies. Let's get. I should have been shuffling for a minute. For Taurus, please. Thank you kindly. Taurus. They show me for Taurus. They show me for Taurus. August 8th. Thank you. August 8th to August 14th, 2022. Okay. Alrighty. The moon. These are cups and swords. Yeah, the same read is coming out. The same collective message. This is not the first. This is like my third attempt to do a Taurus read. Okay, we have Six of Cups. Twin flame, maybe too hot to tame, the Three of Wands. Okay. Overall, collectively, I kept seeing this energy that Taurus, and let me just say this, in this whole untold story, we do different chapters when I read, I can speak for me. And in this chapter, I'm seeing, because the last chapter, whatever it was, had to do with you being rooted in who you are and questioning yourself as far as going into this, just letting loose, it's like something opposite of what you're used to, but it feels very true to you. And this moon energy is the secrets where I feel like, where you don't really want it to be known because the people who you're used to or used to you are seeing you in a certain way, and it seems like if you show this side, it'll cause a whole lot of whispers and maybe a divide, but it's showing that for some it's thinking, and a separate message to do with this collective is that this thing that they feel so connected to, it may be too much for too much of, I won't say a hassle, but too much pushback. this wire is so bothering me on my plant. I don't care if the plant is not real. It's the aesthetics of it all. Okay, let me just finish this read because that's more important. And this is at the bottom of the deck. Like, the cards are going to repeat themselves. Chemistry. Six of Pentacles. It's like this chemistry is too real or too intense to ignore. It's like, good and well, but even though you're keeping it secret, that you really feel connected to something else. This challenge is this Ace of Cups. It's happiness arrived, but they say you have work to do, and this work, I think you know what it is, because this moon is just sitting here looking at, like, the possibilities is, you see it a lot in your dreams, you think about it. But this Ten of Swords is thinking it has to come to an end. For some, I kept on seeing the Ten of Swords with somebody pointing, making you feel ashamed for this ending or pursuing your vision. I see the moon again with this Ten of Swords. It's some things, some lies, some secrets. The Six of Cups is a nostalgic of the past. Again, I keep feeling that this connection is something that reminds you of something so, like, of your youth, I'm not saying you could still be young, I'm just saying of a time when you was like, before it was about responsibilities and it was truly about you, feeling free and what really made you happy. Let's see, clarification for Taurus, please. August 8th to August 14th, 2022. For Taurus, please. Keep seeing, I'm about to say for Capricorn because I keep seeing this freaking devil. Because it's like, for some, it feels as if not wanting to do this because of the toxic ties that you have to some, to where you feel like it would be like, you'll be excluded, like you feel like you will not, you want to keep the bonds that you have established since you became more as you grew and made your connection, you're not just trying to disregard them for something of the past, but it's like you want to be able to live your life and have the things you want without losing the people or the people you love that may not agree with it. I don't know. Let's see. For Taurus, please. Clarification. Yes, Ten of Swords. With the finger, the shame, yeah. Let's see, clarification. Fire, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Cups, Thunder and Lightning. The Tower came out in the last one, Thunder and Lightning. This is very much saying the same thing in a different way. Let's see. Six of Cups, please. The Empress. Extra message is the Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, and a Four of Wands. I believe that this is basically saying that for some of you, you have been through some things and set up some protection and set up some things to make sure that you don't have to keep going through the same battles or have to replace the same things. So it's just more or less trying to protect your assets, but it's showing with this Ace of Cups, this is this big offer of love that is truly your wish fulfillment, that you really feel like is your twin flame. And I was seeing in the last read that you was feeling like you met your twin flame, but you may feel like came in a part of your life that it's too late to feel this way about somebody right now. It's like you already have certain things and establish certain things, but this feels so intense. It feels like it could just flourish and flow. And look at this Eight of Swords in your head. In your head. Now, with this love, that there's work to do, it feel like there's some things that have to end because it's so intense. With this fire, it's passion, but it's intense to where, for some, it get volatile to where it has to end. Like if you close one door, slam it because it's causing so much to where it's not able for you to. It's like this is the work you have to deal with to get to this this Ace of Cups, is the intensity of the pushback and the pointing and the blame is kind of like the reason why some of you do not even want to go there. It's like it feels like it's going to be so bad when you decide to go for what you want, because the tens is here with the ending. It's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is fated to see for karmically with where you're supposed to be. Like it's more or less, you're looking at how elaborate this cup is, how beautiful it is, how big it is, and it's like you feel like, why should you limit yourself to something that I'm not comparing, but it's showing that this nostalgic type of love that you're connected to, that it shocked you, that you see this abundance and it feels so free, and it's more or less saying that you really don't want to pass it up, but you know it's going to cause a lot of stuff because it's so opposite. This is so different, but the chemistry is so intense. Let's have advice and outcome. Advice and outcome, please. So we have Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, you're there, Leo season, what else is that? Oh, look at this, right in my lap, Six of Cups again. Something that really makes you feel like young and loved and free, and like you ain't feel this way in years. But this Empress is what, isn't it? Libra, Taurus as well. Advice and outcome, please, for Taurus. Advice and outcome. For Taurus, highest good. August 8th to August 14th, second week of August 2022. Taurus, please. I say Aries, Scorpio too, with this thunder and lightning and the fire. Yeah. So advice and outcome for Taurus, please. Advice and outcome. King of Wands said, what the King of Wands is saying, it goes with determination to the destination he wants to go and where his passionate based. Yeah, taking that step. Ooh, that step to happiness, that Ace of Pentacles get bigger and bigger and better and better. Better than you expected to. That's nice. The Taurus, please. Queen of Cups, Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, somebody is like looking even with this Queen of Cups with the options. It's not about, it's like that's not the direction somebody is really worried about the person that they are no longer wanting to be with. As far as they're not saying that this person's not beautiful or handsome, or people don't, they would not be considered a catch to someone, but it's more or less saying that's not what it is for you. It's like this feeling that it just came out of, it's like a shock. I'm gonna say it came out of nowhere. The feeling of how intense it came out of nowhere. 4 Wands in reverse. Yeah, it just literally threw you off course to where you're like questioning like your foundation and who you should be with as far as, but you consider your person, your one. Yeah, Strength in reverse on the Empress. More Leo energy, Leo season again. I feel like with this Empress, I really feel like Taurus, you're kind of stuck this week between like a rock and a hard place, because even with this Empress right here and the shock of it all, the shock did explain how you shifted your whole perception of who's your person and where your foundation is. Because I'm looking at the Tower with the 4 Wands. That has to do with your castle, and I seen the Tower in the last read. This Empress, this abundance, this freeing strength is in reverse. You feel like you ain't. You do feel vulnerable to it, but you just don't feel like you can stand for that right now. It's like, it's kind of doubting it. See, 4 Pentacles in reverse with the 6. I keep seeing all these 10s. There's going to be a completion and a change. But it seemed like something, I don't know, you're letting go of something. Whether it's a possibility you're going to let go of the idea of being with this Empress, because it's certain things you just can't change. You just won't juggle. And that's why this return, keep seeing this too, to this codependency. I'm not saying you're returning because you're the code. I'm saying you're returning to a connection that if you left, you would not be, they would just be making things super miserable, super hard for you, and you're very much aware of that. You may be disappointed that you have to let go the thought of this other person, Let's get clarification. Let's see. Let's see. Because like I said, I was also seeing some anxiety, like going back and forth with it. Taurus, can I have clarification on this outcome for Taurus, please? For this advice and outcome, can I have clarification on this advice and outcome for Taurus, please? Clarification, please. Because it looks like for some, as much as they feel it and want it, they're not going to go for it because the anxiety and the toxic, like the, yeah, some is doubting it because it doesn't even look like going forward that you're going to take it because you feel like it's a strong possibility that you can lose for some, your family, and that's not a risk that you would want to take. Battling it out with somebody that has, your children, or you have children in common, or resources in common. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see for Taurus, please. Clarification. First card out was a Taurus card. The Hierophant in reverse. Two of Cups came out again in reverse. Magician. Here you go with the King of Pentacles and the Popus. Goodness gracious. The Hierophant. Extra clarification, somebody's super duper manipulative. Could be a fire sign, but somebody's like a King of Wands in reverse with the Five of Wands. So somebody, because of they want their way, or they want to go with their passion, they won't start arguments. This looks like somebody that literally will start an argument just to get out the door, to go do. I'm gonna watch what I say. Because even with this King of Wands, it's shown clarified by somebody that does not want to be connected there anymore. Somebody that does not want to be committed. The Page of Wands and the direction want to go in is this Page of Pentacles, wants to go in this direction to where they have an idea, they have a goal, and it's clarified by the Seven of Wands, which is in the last message as far as brain over heart and happiness. Is like faith over fear. Is more or less looking like the end goal is not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And it's a Pinnacle show. It's a super huge offer, but it's clarified by the Two of Cups in reverse. It's showing that there is a connection that was no longer aligned, or can no longer reconcile, or will have to. You just know that in order for you to get to this place with this this new direction you see for yourself, this new big offer is not coming from the person that you have a family you was once aligned with. And then it looks as if where it doesn't want to go in that direction anymore. It feels like because it's manifesting something bigger, it's like the things that you always thought about and prayed literally came into fruition. On them dark days, it came into light, and now you're like, wait a minute, this is stuff that I really prayed for, this is stuff I always wanted, and now that it's here, it's like, no, it's too much of a risk. Like, I already established these things. I can't set up something else somewhere else. And that's where it looks as if when it comes down to this Empress, it's all that's clarified was nothing but major arcanas. The Empress is strength, and then it's the High Priestess. It's like, whoa. Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo. But it's showing as if you know good and well you're not telling no one, because the moon is here, even with the high priestess, that you really want to be free in a nostalgic love that it used to be. And the fear of Eight of Swords again. The fear, goodness, the thoughts in your head, the anxiety, I kept seeing that as well, of losing what you built is something that you can't risk, or you won't risk. Yeah, because you know that will flip. And it'll make everything so difficult because you're committed. Even though things are not happy, you can't communicate and focus on, some of you, I keep seeing that even though this is what you want, that's not what you're going to choose. For the sake of someone, what they might do if you disconnect or you try to separate from this. That's what I see for this week, for this read, for you wonderful Taurus. Please let me know how it goes in the comment below. Either way, thank you kindly. Till next time, love and light.